hopefully we could see this. This is the batteries I got, and this is the box I am making. And it takes a lot to make a box like this. It seems so simple, but it's not. Everything needs to fit precision. These batteries need to be in here tight so they don't expand. They want you to compress them because, believe it or not, this cover, this green stuff, is just paper thin. It's just there to slightly protect them. They're not designed to just be a battery standalone. So you have to put some kind of protection around them, especially if you're going to be vibrating or something, like driving in a four-wheeler or a car or scooter, something like that. So they all have to have a case built around them, and these can expand when they're under a lot of power. If you don't put too much power to them, they'll be okay. And if you put a lot of power to them, it doesn't even matter if you have the box, and if you overpower them, it'll swell it and they'll get locked in there. I know from experience. Anyways, so over here, these batteries need to fit super tight. Okay, and this is a little different. I have to put this in a scooter, this box. These are going to go like this. I'll give you a quick example. These are going to go in line like that, and they need to fit snug. So now I don't have hardly any room to work with. I mean, we're talking an inch, if that. So I have to make them super tight. So I had to make these pieces here so that they will fit right over these batteries. And I had to make these corner pieces right there. That screw comes undone. And I had to weld the nut on there in the corner so that it can be put on the lid. Where is that lid? It's right here. Oh, and I made this cover here to fit over the batteries and protect them, because you don't want anything hitting them. So up under there, as you can see, the batteries won't hit anything. This is like a spacer right there for the batteries, because if the metal was to hit those batteries, it wouldn't be pretty. So anyways, I'll be making 3 more of these, and they'll go on like that. And then the lid, which isn't very pretty right now, is right here. This is the lid right there. And this will go up here. And I will end up putting a hole in this corner so that that piece can go there, up in there. And I can screw this down, and I'll have to shorten this bolt here so that it doesn't go below that and hit the batteries. So as soon as I get everything set up, I'll have to cut that bolt down to the right size, and then it'll be up on top of there. And that's that part of the corners. Well, this doesn't quite make it above where I want it to be tight. So I am literally going to have to notch this corner piece out. So it'll be about like that when I'm done. So you'll see a piece here go up and over and back down, and that piece will come out so that this will fit inside of it. It is that technical. Normally it would be a lot simpler. Just put it in the side by side and try it. Well, I need this box to fit in my scooters too, and I'm hoping it will. It'll work for both for sure. It might not work for the scooter, but my measurements show that it will. So anyways, let's go ahead and walk out here. And I'm supposed to clear up today. There's the mountains. Walk over here. Here. This is the llama eating area. I have to fence that so they don't eat it all, and makes it a little hard for them to get around the other side. There's Ozark. Hi, buddy. What are you doing? What are you doing? Okay. So here's the scooters. I have quite a few of them. The battery will not go down in there. So I have to remove this and put that stuff in a different area. I've kind of already figured out where I'm going to put it. I believe it's going to go up right up there on that wall, but this stuff here is going to have to get moved, and that stuff's going to get taken out of there, and the battery is going to slide down into there through here. It's hard to tell, but yeah, the battery is going to come down through this part and slide over into here and sit down in there. Still a little bit of work to do to one. We have a different scooter down there we've already tested with a test box, and it does slide down in, but it's super tight. Anyways, that's the scooter, and I have so many of them. I'd love to put lithiums in it. Let's go over here. This here is the electric side-by-side I'm putting together. We had to make extension wires for it to get them to work, and I'm going to be putting the batteries right in this area here. I was going to put the lead acids in here, but since I have the option of the lithiums, I'd much rather do that. And in this case here, the four-wheel drive shaft is still down there, and it's a little bit short, so I haven't decided yet what I'm going to do, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to just weld an extension on the shaft. Doesn't seem too hard, but everything else went in pretty good. Luckily the shafts were the same size on the inputs. This was all original here, but you know, this part here was part of the electric motor, and luckily that shaft that went on over here originally fit right into the same spot. And on a lot of Polarises that wouldn't have worked. So far we've put power to this and haven't had a chance yet to drive it, but we've heard the motor run already. And of course it's tore apart right now, but I've got all the parts to it. Mounted the charging box here, but I'm gonna need a lithium charger anyways, so I'm probably gonna have to get rid of this one. And for now, I'm just gonna use my solar inverter as the charger because I have controllers on it. I can control, not controllers, but I have parameters I can set on the solar charger to charge this thing up. This is what they call a converter. It takes the 48 volts and turns it into the 12 volts. These always go bad. You won't see many of these because everyone's replaced them. They've all gone bad, and I don't know why this one's still working, but it is. Anyways, that's, you know, what we've done here. I had to put all my stuff in here. All the switches for the electric seem to go in pretty good. The electric ignition is different than most of the Polarises. Hard to see the back side of it down in there, but it is different, so I couldn't just swap it out. And these I'll have to mount somewhere. It says, you know, forward, reverse, neutral, all that stuff will have to be mounted in there somewhere. And then I had to modify the foot pedal. Even though it looks like it goes there, it does not. If you look there, I had to weld in a cross bracket and cut away some of the foot pedal stuff, and it didn't just plug and play. That would have been nice, but it didn't. But everything else was pretty simple, and this is where I put my motor controller, and that's the solenoid to activate the batteries. And this is the mounting for the motor controller here, right there. So there it is.